Oh man, 2023 was insane. I didn't know quite what to expect going into it, but I knew one thing. I wanted to build the biggest, baddest, fastest bike possible out of my Frankenstein bike, something that might actually compete against a 125.
So a lot of developmental parts had gone into your bike over time. We've been putting the biggest, baddest, fastest, everything that we could. Your bike looked like Frankenstein's monster because it was just pieced together. But it's a noble goal. New parts are coming out, always chasing the fastest light B possible. So at the end of 2022, we hired Travis to be our full-time mechanic. We built him a bike, and you gave him a challenge that he had to start with a stock bike, build it up to really understand this market and know what we were doing well. So while you were thinking about Frankenstein, I was thinking about taking Travis and his brand newly built Light B down south to escape the winter weather and go and just have some fun, see what those bikes are really all about.
Unfortunately, I was stuck in the shop building Frankenstein, but little did these guys know I was going to catch up to them and drop a surprise on them.
I thought we were leaving you behind, but you showed us.
What's up, guys?
Ah,
What the hell is this thing? Yeah, so when we were down south thinking we were just going to ride and have fun, we didn't have in mind that we were going down there to race or to try to outdo each other from a power perspective, right?
It's always a race, buddy. Come on.
I know that now.
No, I had to show up with Frankenstein. I pulled an all-nighter to get her built and get her down there, but yeah, we had a drag race in the sand.
all right, let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1, go. Thought I had it. Son of a bitch. Where'd everybody go?
So when you showed up on Goldmember, obviously the bike was really big, really fast. Everyone was impressed by you putting that KTM 85 front end on that bike, but not many people knew how difficult it was to make that bike work well.
No, we had seen other bikes on social media with KTM 85 forks, but they all had the same problem. They were all sitting nose high. So it took a lot of work to fix that and get the geometry dialed in so that the bike actually turned again. And we made a whole video about that.
Yeah, so if you're even thinking about an 85cc fork on your Surron Teleria, go and check that video out to see what we had to do to make it ride like we wanted it to.
So everybody knows that we're big into racing. We love racing. And we've done a lot of racing on the Surrons. And back in this day, it was the Surron Light B. Common theme, every single race that we showed up to, including TKO, which is not even a high-speed race, overheating motors left and right. So we couldn't wait for the industry to catch up and build motors.
So early in the year, KO came out with their aftermarket motors, really changed the game. So the first thing we had to do was get our hands on some and test them. as new mods are added to the market, Brian had just thrown a KO motor and controller onto Goldmember. At the time, the back controllers were still the most popular in the market. I had a back 4000 on my bike, you had a back 8000 on your bike. Brett was testing a back 8000 on a KO motor. We were trying every combination, and I felt a little bit left behind. So then we threw an X9000 from EBMX on my bike. Actually, we did one better. We built a whole new bike from the ground up with me hoping that I could keep up with you on your bike.
What was the name of that bike?
I don't think we had a name for it. Okay, so we had come from a world where we were riding what, back 4000, back 8000s. We were testing KO controllers. I finally got my hands on an X9000. But behind the scenes, we didn't realize that Brett was also trying to come up with a bike that was bigger, badder, faster than all of us.
That sly little redhead.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Hey, we all know the time, you don't need to understand.
All right, so we have all these amazing fast race bikes built up, and we're searching for a venue to race them, and magically out of nowhere, we find out Glen, Helen, one of the world famous motocross tracks, was hosting an event for Surrons.
Always wanted to go to Glen, Helen. Been watching it on TV for 20 years. Yep. This was finally our chance to go and ride it.
Surron class.
So one thing we didn't expect at that race is the Dirt First guys showed up with these fully modded KTM free rides running 16, 19 wheel sets like we run on the Light B. Kind of blew my mind, and man, those guys were fast.
If you remember from a couple of years ago, we've had a KTM free ride. Not once did I think, let's mod this bike and make it faster so that we can go and race it. Good trail bike, did not think it would show up to a race and be as fast as it was.
Mad props to those guys.
So one of the biggest things to happen in 2023 was the introduction of the Ultra B, a bike that came out of nowhere. We were super excited to get it. Got a whole container of them, built up a fleet, took all the guys, and had a fantastic first ride experience.
Yeah, we took it on a first ride to one of my favorite places, middle of the Utah desert. And for those of you that have never lived in a desert environment, we don't get to ride water out here. So being like 10-year-olds in a water park, it was an absolute blast. It rained. Oh, look at this, there's water. Oh, look at that. I've never been in here with water. This is awesome. Dude, this is awesome. Oh my gosh.
You ever seen water in here?
No, this is so cool.
Right. So cool.
I've never been in this wash with that.
What?
During that ride, one thing we realized, as great as the Ultra B was, or as good as it was, should I say, it was very apparent that that bike needed 18, 21-inch wheels to make it great.
Hey,
Brian's
don't break my iPhone.
No, no promises. I laid your bike down 3 times.
Serious?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh. Oh, shit. Don't break my iPhone.
No, no promises.
Hey Nate, aren't you glad I had iPhone insurance?
Yeah, that came in handy. But anyway, moving on from that, we were so impressed by the Ultra Bee that the first thing we started doing was planning for August and the RedBull TKO, moving away from light bees and showing up to race Ultra Bees.
All right, Brett Baldwin, DJ Osborne, and Nate Weaver, and then our final 2 riders.
So TKO was a lot of fun this year. We actually brought 4 riders to TKO. Every one of them was on an Ultra Bee set up with gummy tires and bits to make the bike bulletproof enough to survive a race like this. Let's see a small video of an easy section of TKO.
If that's easy, what's the rest of the race gonna look like?
So slow. Holy.
Nope.
Stupid GoPro. That's what it is. The GoPro. GoPro's stupid anyway. Can't even go up a fucking hill. Are you kidding me?
So after having accomplished TKO, I thought, you know, I've never done 5 miles of hell. It's right here in Utah, just a few hours away. So let's go do a KTM 300 versus an Ultra Bee versus a Light Bee video.
At the time, it seemed like a good idea because Brett and I were debating if we were gonna race TKO again, were we faster on our Light Bee or on the Ultra Bee? Well, that was a good test.
Definitely not faster on my KTM 300.
That's a whole bunch of dirt bike parts in that tree. Not electric bike parts. That's weird.
Okay, I made it up the cliff. Let me get my leg up. Okay, there you go. Hang on. You ready? Here we go. Okay, well, how's that for? Hang on. There we go. Yeah. So, again, score a point for the lightweight bike.
Oh!
Cut it off.
Damn.
It's on your left shroud.
All right, I got it up there, lift it up.
Yeah, right?
So needless to say, the Ultra Bee with the gummy tire setup dominated that day, and you won't catch me doing 5 Mile of Hell again on a big bike without gummy, sticky tires.
I'm not sure I'm going to do it on my Light Bee ever again either. One thing that was cool about that ride, as soon as we got finished, realized how close we were to a place I've been wanting to go for at least 10 years. We had to go and have some fun.
Let's go take a tour of Caineville.
So first time being here, this entire thing is a giant playground. Everywhere you go, there's something fun to jump or a ridge line to ride or just something to explore and find.
Yeah, this is actually my 3rd time down here, but it's weird. I haven't really ridden and gotten the whole experience. It's been more for photo shoots and things. So I'm super excited just to be down here and to ride and go explore and just find fun stuff.
Well, it's a beautiful day. Let's go see what we can find.
Let's go.
That's fun.
So Swing Arm City, Caineville, ended up being like a huge playground, right? Everything was so much bigger than I ever imagined. You see guys doing the huge dirt bike jumps. You have no clue how big that is until you actually get there, including that ski jump that Brett did on his Light Bee. Looked like he was going about 75 miles per hour when he hit that thing. It was awesome to see it in person.
That's crazy because he's just wide open.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Makes me want to hit it that fast. I was only jumping about half that.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Dude,
I didn't know.
So good.
I didn't realize you guys were berming up and then coming that way. I'm on a Light Bee, man.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, so that gets us into the importance of suspension. So when he jumped that on his Light Bee, he had full EXT suspension. A stock bike, he would have went over the handlebars and had a nasty crash on something like that. We had been waiting for suspension for the Ultra Bee all this time because that was one of the weak points racing it, is our arms would go numb, body fatigue. And so finally, EXT came out with the very first suspension upgrade for the Ultra Bee, the EXT REA. Rhea?
I'm pretty sure it's Rhea. So throughout the year, bikes have been getting bigger and faster. We were really impressed with the Ultra B. I was dead set on the Ultra B becoming my dirt bike killer. It worked well at TKO. We were continuing to push it further and further. So we put our upgraded battery in it, and I showed up at one of our more famous dirt bike rides, convinced that I was gonna make it through the whole, 60-mile day?
Man, when you rolled up on that Ultra B, I thought you were insane and you were gonna get stuck in the middle of the woods out there, because we told you this was a 50 to 60 mile ride. This was not an electric bike ride.
I was convinced that we could do it.
Let's see how that turned out.
This may not look like it on camera, but this is a TKO level climb. Steep. Hey now. Woo, gotta love that slow tractory torque. Incredible. Okay. Woo!
So we get most of the way through 2023, and we had built Goldmember early in the year, biggest, baddest light B, and then all these aftermarket parts start hitting the market for the Ultra B, and we were waiting for motor and controllers for the Ultra B. And once that happened, oh man, I had to go build Goldmember version 2.
Here was EBMX coming out with a brand new motor, talking about 35, 37, 43 kilowatts. Every time they talked about it, it got bigger. So we had to throw it on a bike and test it. And man, was that bike fast.
Yes, it was. So one thing that was never revealed this entire year, that's not in any of our videos, you sold your KTM 350 this year and you don't have a gas dirt bike any longer. So what was your goal in 2023, especially once you saw Goldmember 2?
So owning a business and throwing a ton of our personal money into this over the years, one thing we've always been really focused on was testing everything we could get our hands on, seeing how good we could possibly make it. So now we're introduced with this Ultra B that's a good bike, suspension, batteries, power, everything's getting so good, I started getting convinced that I could replace my KTM 350 with an electric Ultra B and keep up with all the gas dirt bikes.
I have to be honest, I was doubtful. I didn't know if you could really do that. In my head, nothing was gonna do that except for the Stark Varg, but man, you were determined to make it happen.
Yeah, so we ended up putting a ton of money into this bike. I think that bike ended up being close to $17,000 when it was done. So here's us spending our money to tell you what's a good mod and what's not. You can learn from our money mistakes. But it's a fantastic bike that was actually so good, I ended up building a second one. So we learned that the 85cc front end didn't work great on a light B unless you built a damn near $20,000 bike, but it did belong on the Ultra B. So I decided to take it one step further, take that beautiful 85cc fork off of Zay Solis's bike and put it on a brand new Ultra B.
Talking about that fork with the KYB sticker on it?
That's it, the one and only.
You guys remember these? What up, you guys? We're out here at Glen, Helen Raceway with Charged Cycle Works. We got the brand new Ultra B. And if you look right here, we have the forks that were on my previous build. They didn't belong on the Light B, so they needed a new home. Charged Cycle Works came through, put them on an Ultra B, and these are where these forks belong. I mean, if you look at it, the bike, it fits it perfect.
It's been such an epic year, and you know, at Racers at Heart, we love to promote racing. We love to see you guys come out to the races with us. So to end the year off, something that we've done is we partnered with Utah Moto Co. here in Utah to do indoor winter arena cross out at Tooele, and man, what a fun experience.
It's been incredible. So we have to deal with snow 3 to 4 months out of the year. So having an indoor facility to continue racing throughout the year has been so much fun. And we put a lot of effort into it. We do a GoPro track preview before every single race. Brett goes out there and races a stock Light B for the stock class to show you what it's like. He does a lap on my start Varg just to show what it's like on a big, super fast, capable bike. And then he does a lap on his modified Light B, just to kind of mix it up. And it's just been a ton of fun being part of all these races.
More fun for me than the gas competitors. I'm still a little confused on my feelings. Should I feel bad when I show up on a Stark Varg and I beat all the gas bikes? What do you think? What do you guys think?
Feels like electric's the future.
I know.
Yeah, so one thing, if there's a Varg in the track preview, then, I mean, I guess we have to talk a little bit about the Varg. That was a huge introduction into the year, right?
Huge.
We had been waiting on this bike for what, 2+ years?
2 years we waited for our Varg.
Super long wait. We got ours within, maybe a week of each other. And I think I've ridden my Varg about 3 times total. But someone who is getting a lot of time on the bike is Brett. He's been riding that bike a ton, doing track previews. Man, I think he's getting pretty close to taking that bike from me and just going racing it on his own.
Oh, I'm excited to see him go enter the Varg in the 450 Pro class, because it's one thing for me to show up in one of the age classes and beat all the gas bikes, but to show up in a 450 Pro class, that's a whole nother level.
So 2023 was huge. We saw the introduction of a lot of new performance upgrades. The Ultra B came out. Leading into 2024, there are so many things coming. We already know that there's going to be, maybe 5 new bikes that we might be a dealer for next year. Really excited about those. We've got new suspension coming to market, new controllers coming to market. There's just going to be something for everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge year. I mean, people have already seen some of the bikes that have been announced and pre-released and social media out there. There's stuff coming that nobody has seen, but because we are Charge Cycle Works, we get to see and help develop some of these things. There's some wicked cool stuff coming in 2024. Cannot wait.
It's going to be incredible just from the early versions. It's, again, so excited for what's going to happen this coming year.
So 2023, another big thing is we really ramped up our video and our social media production. And in 2024, we're going to take that to new levels. Yeah. So I think the big question is, what do you guys want to see in 2024 from us? Do you want to see education? Do you want to see racing? Do you want to see new parts and accessories and bikes? What do you guys want to see from us?
So 2023 was a huge year, and we could not have done it without you. As Charge Cycle Works continues to grow, we are going to remain focused on customer first experience, but thank you to everyone for making 2023 great. It's only going to make us better in 2024.
Thank you again for a great 2023. Can't wait to see what is in store for 2024. If you have any feedback or suggestions or comments, leave them below. Thanks, guys.